Welcome, welcome.
Hey.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Tales with Twins. It has been a week, and we missed you.
Shut up.
I'm just trying to put on, like, my best DJ voice, I guess.
That was like, who's the DJ in Parks and Rec? Oh, Derry Marbles.
Is that really his name?
Yeah.
How do I not remember
He says
that?
something like, and this is Derry Marbles. Like, he's very, like, I mean, it's like a
You almost made me
classical,
spit
like,
out my drink.
like, I don't even know, type station, and he's very pretentious. And he talks all, like, quiet and, like, I don't know.
I mean, we can try to do that. Like, welcome to Tales with Twins. I'm your
with
host,
my children yelling in the
Julian.
background.
Yes. Okay. We won't be able to get away with that. I can tell already.
No, I'm too absurd to be into that.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway, yes, this is Tales with Twins. I'm Jillian, one of your hosts.
And I'm Paige, the other host.
And Kyle is in the background, being our brother.
Yo. How's it going?
So he'll pop in and out occasionally as he sees fits. As he sees fit. That's it. That is the saying. That's right. I can talk sometimes. I'm only like 3 sips into my beverage, so I'm like, ooh.
It's okay. It was funny. I was listening to, I think, the last episode, and there was a part where we were talking about, like, the polygraph stuff, and I literally was like, I mean, if they were thinking that the polygraph was not good, and then it actually was not good, then that's, like, not good. And I was like, oh my fucking Lord. We're never gonna make it with me acting like a fucking fool.
I actually don't recall that, but I kind of wish that I did.
Oh my god, it was kind of towards the end. It was like, I was pretty tipsy by that point, and I was like, wait, how do they, like, measure polygraphs? It's not positive and negative. It's just, like, inconclusive or truthful or not truthful. But in my head, I was like, I couldn't remember what the words were.
Yeah, I mean,
so
technically,
I
I think
so
it's
uneducated.
It's okay. It's all right. I think technically it's like pass, fail, inconclusive, but
there we go. Pass, fail. Why
the
fuck couldn't I remember that?
That's okay. It's all right. I probably sounded like a dumbass too. It's all right. Well, and polygraphs are shitty anyway, so
right.
You know.
Well, and it was funny. This is a really random story, but we also were talking about, like, toddlers and, like, how truthful they could be.
Oh yeah.
And I even said, I was like,
bleep bloop.
You can pretty much count on, because she's very observant and she doesn't really lie. Well, this week, her teacher came to me and was like, so,
bleep bloop.
I've been saying that she hasn't been sleeping well. And I was like, yeah, she really hasn't been sleeping well, because she gets up all the time. And she was like, well, she told me that she's been having to sleep with you because you're scared.
Wait, what?
I know. Well, so she's been, like, really struggling with sleeping lately. Like, she's just very fearful. We think she has, like, some anxiety.
If you're curious who we're talking about, you can hear them in the background
right
now.
You really can. You really, really can. Singing themselves to sleep once again.
Yes.
But anyway, so she's our older one. She's 5, or almost 5. She's, like, not been sleeping well. She's very fearful, has a lot of anxiety about going to sleep, blah, blah, blah. So she goes to sleep in her room, and then a lot of times in the middle of the night, she wakes up and comes in our room, and we have, like, a little bed set up for her in our room for this exact reason. So then she just comes in our room and sleeps on the, floor in this little bed that we've made for her, and it's fine, it's whatever.
Well, we did that too as kids because we lived in a fucking haunted house. But yes, I get the feeling.
It's just funny that she told her teacher that I'm too scared to sleep So she has to come in our room and sleep in our room so that I feel safe. And
What
this
does your
is the one
teacher
that's
say?
supposedly like the truthful, the more like honest of the two, of my two kids. She's the one who like I can pretty much count on to tell me the truth all the time. And she just straight up out of nowhere lied to her teacher about it.
Oh, no.
Obviously, there's like something else going on. Like, she was maybe feeling ashamed that she's not sleeping well, so she lied to the teacher. Like, don't worry, we're figuring it out. We're getting into it. But it's just a funny, like, parenting moment.
Yes, for sure. Oh
I mean,
my
the
gosh.
teacher knew she was lying.
Okay.
You know? And because
Okay.
I've mentioned it, I was like, you know, she's, if she's acting out, you know, she's been really tired. She hasn't been sleeping very well. She wakes up a lot in the night. So they've known.
Mhm.
And I think maybe they, like, asked her, like, well, why aren't you sleeping well? And that's when she was like, well, Mommy needs me to sleep in her room with her. Just like, oh my God.
So funny. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So, all the things that I said about her in the last episode, just throw that out the fucking window.
Okay.
At this point.
It's good to know. Good to know. All right. Anyway, well, what are you drinking?
Alcohol hasn't been sitting well in my tummy, so I'm just kind of keeping it bleh. But I have a cider. It's Gumption hard cider.
Oh.
I've never had it before. It's okay. I
Okay.
liked the label. I choose my
That's a good choice.
alcohol based on labels.
No, I get it. I'm the same way. I'm the exact same way.
So, anyway, that's what I'm drinking. It's very meh, but it's fun. It's alright.
Do you want to know what I'm drinking?
Yeah, what
I'm
are
very
you
excited about it. I teased Paige about it earlier, and
Yeah,
she,
I'm really
begged me to tell
annoyed.
her. She begged me to tell her what I'm drinking, but I didn't want to tell her until we started recording. So Jeremy, my husband, he really enjoys making cocktails. He is not a bartender, never has been a bartender. But recently, and by recently I mean the last like 2 years, he has really dabbled a lot in cocktail making. So he's kind of on this like binge where he's giving me a weekly cocktail recently, like a new one.
Fun.
It's really fun. It really is. And it keeps things interesting. And he's really, the nice thing is he's open to constructive criticism.
Oh, good.
So I can be pretty honest about like what didn't work, what did. So this week, this week, I mean like last Sunday, you know, so over the weekend, he made me a cherry sake bomb.
A cherry what?
Sake bomb.
Oh, sake?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes, and it's pink. This one's pink because it's got some cherry juice in it. But it's really fun. Like so the way you do it, how you're supposed to do it is you basically pour a Japanese beer. I have Sapporo in mine. And then it's almost like a milky soda. Let me see. I can pull it up, but I can even like tell you the recipe if you want. But you basically put this kind of milky soda in there. It's called Calpico, and you can buy it at like an Asian food store. And then you put some, let's see, yuzu juice.
Oh, uzu. Isn't it
Yeah,
uzu?
uzu. So uzu juice, sake, and cherry syrup in a shot glass, okay? And then you put two chopsticks basically over your beer glass, and you set the shot glass on top of the chopsticks.
Mm-hmm.
And you hit the table really hard, and the shot glass falls into the beer glass. It's a lot like an Irish car bomb, except it doesn't curdle, thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and then it all kind of mixes together. So I didn't bang my fist this time. I just poured it all into my beer because I'm not doing this for show. I'm doing it to have a cocktail. But
Oh, how fun. Yeah, you should send me the recipe.
I
That
have
sounds divine.
well, yes, and we even took a video of it. I can even send you the recipe right now. Actually, why don't I just tell everybody the recipe in case they're curious, and then I'll send it to you. So it's 8 ounces of Sapporo, which is just like a whole beer, and then 1 ounce of Calpico Original, 1 teaspoon of black cherry syrup, 1 ounce of sake, and then 1 teaspoon of yuzu juice. Did I say that right? Uzu juice, thank you. And then you'll need a large beer glass, and it's messy, just so you know, and chopsticks and a shot glass.
All right.
Yes, and you put the cherry syrup, the sake, and the uzu juice in a shot glass, the Sapporo and the Calpico in the beer glass together, and then, shoot it all, to each other, I guess.
That sounds so yummy.
It's good. It tastes mostly like beer. If you're curious what it tastes like, it tastes mostly like beer, but the uzu juice and the cherry really make it like sweet, which is kind of nice. You can't really tell that there's sake in it, but I also picked the sake because I liked the label, so
That's totally how I am.
It had a little cat on it, so it's like, yes, that one.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So, but it's delicious. I have a video. Ooh, excuse me. I have a video also. Of Jeremy basically beating the table and getting the shot glass to fall into the cup. But
How fun.
I've done that so many times.
Have you done it with the car bomb, or have you done it with the sake bomb?
With the sake bomb, with the chopsticks, you pound on the table.
It's really fun. It was actually quite fun. It's very messy. It definitely went everywhere, but I enjoyed it. It was really fun.
Yeah, I've seen some some groups try to do sake bombs, and oh man, it's turned into a giant mess.
Oh yeah,
Man.
totally.
What a waste of sake.
Well, and I don't like sake on its own.
Right.
So for
I had
me,
some peach sake one time.
Mm-hmm.
It was a sparkling sake.
Mm.
I don't even know if that's considered sake, but it had a Japanese label, and we got it at our sushi place, and they called it sake. So,
Okay,
I'm calling
good to
it sake, and it didn't taste like sake. It was really good.
That's good. I've had sake in plum wine before, and I remember it was really not my favorite. I was also quite a bit younger than I am now when I first had it.
Yeah.
And my taste has changed since then.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I could like shoot sake on its own. It's just like rubbing alcohol.
Yeah,
So
it really,
needs to be
really
mixed
is.
with something.
Yeah.
Well, my mother-in-law can sip sake. Like, she loves warm sake, and I'm just
I
like,
remember her
props.
ordering that and being like,
Yes.
wow, you're so cool.
I know.
She is the coolest person in the fucking world.
I do. I have a pretty cool mother-in-law. And when I tell people about my mother-in-law, they're like, oh, do you like your mother-in-law? And because she recently moved to our area, and I've had people ask, like, oh, like, how do you feel about that? And I'm like, I actually lucked out, so we're good.
Yeah, she's like one of the coolest people you'll ever fucking meet in your life.
Yeah, I have a pretty awesome mother-in-law.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready to get started? What do you think?
I think so.
Okay.
So.
Do you want to tell everybody how you arrived to this topic?
Well, I have 2 topics. So the topic, or the theme that Jillian gave me last week was a cursed object, which was really fun in theory, but I quickly realized that most people, when it comes to a cursed object, it ends up just being rumor.
Yes.
You know?
Sure.
There are some objects that, like, everyone just knows are, like, crazy fucking haunted. Annabelle the doll. There's a couple paintings out there. The Dybbuk box. You know, those have a ton of information on them, but they're so overdone. And I now realize why. Because there's a lot of things out there about it.
Yes.
You know? The ones that aren't, you know, as covered are the ones that don't get as much, you know, you don't get as much info on them, and it was a little bit hard.
Okay.
Histories get muddied. Things are very conflicting, like timelines don't line up, names don't match up.
Okay.
You know, things just, you know. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I have 2 topics because I couldn't find enough on one that wasn't, like, overdone. So I have two of them that are a little bit shorter, and both are very, like, rumors.
I'm okay with that.
Like, legends, I guess, maybe. Alleged, nothing super concrete that's
Sure.
like, heck yes, this is a cursed object.
Okay.
There's
I'm
always
okay
going to
with
be the
that.
skeptics out there. You know, there's no science to back up any of the things that go along with cursed objects. So it's just kind of, it is what it is. And I'm labeling this as dark history because that's kind of more what it lines up with, you know.
Sure.
Even though they're about an object. Dark history is just a little bit easier to spin that way, I suppose.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
So, all right, we will start with my first topic.
Okay.
Here's my little dramatic entrance. Dramatic
Okay.
entrance.
I love these.
Go. In a small museum in Thirsk, England, resides a seemingly normal chair. This chair is nailed to the highest part of the wall instead of sitting on the floor like most chairs. Why, though? This chair is a cursed chair, known as the Chair of Death. This is the story of Busby's cursed chair.
Ooh, shit.
You've heard of this, haven't you?
I think I have. Yes, I think I've heard of it. I think from another podcast, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
I don't know if I believe it, but I am here for this story.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you
Okay.
on that one. It's a fascinating story, and OMG, the history that goes into the chair just is almost comical.
Okay.
Which is why I was writing this and I was like, this is just cracking me up. The decision making that went into this whole thing was just wow, alright.
Okay.
Okay. As I said before, everything in this story is pretty much alleged, including the history, the names, all of it. There's no concrete anything about even some of the people involved.
Okay.
Okay? So, my sources are, let's see, an article called Sit on Busby's Cursed Chair and You're Dead. For real.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I know. And her name was Alexandria Ducksworth. That's a cool last name. I'll just give her that one.
Yes.
And then my other one is from factsandlegends.org. And that one is called Busby's Stoop Chair Curse Will Give You Chills.
Ooh, yes, it will.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know about that. It's very meh to me, but you know. The idea of it is very scary. But
yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
It's enough to where I wouldn't want to touch it. We'll just say that.
Would I want to sit in it? No.
No, I wouldn't want to risk it. Do I really believe it? I don't think so. But enough to still not want to sit in it.
Yes. I've watched enough horror movies. I mean, to know that, think about Hocus Pocus. He lit that candle, the virgin candle, because he's basically what? Nothing's gonna happen. Let me show you. And then look, shit really hit the fan.
Yeah.
So
we can
I don't
all
want to
learn
be
the lesson from Hocus Pocus.
Yes, I don't want to be that kid who does, something like that, who sits in this haunted chair and then dies.
Candle.
Yes, I don't want to light the virgin candle and sit in that chair.
You wouldn't even be able to light it anymore. Shut up.
Oh, fuck, you're right. I'm married. What can I say?
Oh, man. All right, but I could.
Yeah, you and your 2 kids. Virgin Mary over here.
Virgin Mary. Oh, Lord. Embarrassing.
Nice try.
I can dish it, but I can't take it.
No, at least I don't have kids. I might be able to.
You could maybe pass it.
Yeah.
Why would you want to, though? How sad.
No, yeah, that would be sad.
Oh, gosh. All right, anyway. Our story begins in 1702 in the town of Leeds with a man named Daniel Outie. I think it's pronounced Outie?
Sure. I mean, it was the 1700s. It could have been anything.
Sure. Daniel Outie and his daughter Elizabeth. Elizabeth, when they come to town, meets a man named Thomas Busby, and they quickly fell in love and got married. Thomas he owned an inn in town. I don't know the name of it at the time, but it later becomes the official name of the inn is Busby's Stoop Inn.
Okay.
Yeah, so she falls in love with this inn owner, and they quickly, get married. Okay. Though Daniel, Elizabeth's father, is not really into it. But even though Daniel and Thomas were not really jiving as new family members.
Uh-oh.
I know. Daniel's like, hey, let me let you in on my little business venture. Let me just let you in on this little business thing that I'm doing. So, they start this new business, and it was actually a coin counterfeiting operation.
That doesn't sound great.
Right.
I feel like that's a clue to the person being asked to join this little ring. No, I'm not going to do that. That's not a good idea.
You did.
Oh my god. Okay. Like all cursed objects begin, somebody was bamboozled into a counterfeiting ring.
I don't think he was bamboozled.
Okay.
I think they both were equally shady dudes.
Okay.
You know.
Right. Yeah, sure.
And Daniel's like, yo, you're fucking my daughter now, so the least you can do is make me some fake coins while you're
and help me go to prison. Or curse a chair.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get there, but yeah.
Okay.
So, as you said, well, their little counterfeiting operation wasn't super successful.
Okay.
There was some animosity between the two men.
Surprise.
Yeah, of course, as you do when you're doing illegal operations together, and one of them is fucking your daughter. So That's how that goes. And you don't like him anyway.
Yep.
They fought often, and it was rumored that Daniel had threatened to take Elizabeth away from Thomas and, completely move her out of the area. Oh. Couldn't be together anymore.
So and I'm assuming she didn't have a say in that decision. I
mean, given the day, it's 1702, so...
Yeah. Well, still. It's stupid. Yeah. I mean, I imagine she ultimately wouldn't have been that happy with a criminal that's making fake money, but...
Right.
I guess you never know.
Right. She was also raised by a criminal
who makes fake money.
Yes. So, who knows? She may have been really into it. I don't know.
Yeah. Sounds like she had daddy issues.
Oh my god. It was also said though that Thomas was a drunk and loved to spend time drinking in his favorite chair at his inn.
Hint.
I know. It was just so funny because I was reading it and it was his favorite thing to do was get hammered while sitting in his favorite chair.
I mean, I guess everybody's got those favorite chairs, it's just
yes.
It's funny how even in the 1700s, it's nope, I don't have a lazy boy. I have this rickety old thing right here, but it's my favorite chair.
I know. Oh my god. Well, and he given where this story ends up going, he clearly loves this chair.
Yeah.
Pretty much more than anything.
Stop it.
Just
what does it look like? Can you describe what it looks like?
It's literally just a wooden chair. It's not a rocking chair. Does it have arms on it? I think it has arms on it.
Okay, but it sounds like it's like a dining room chair.
It was for the tables at his inn.
Okay, so yeah, it's kind of a dining room-ish chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, really nothing fancy, but
So
God
definitely
damn it,
not a
it was
lazy boy.
his favorite chair that he
That's
just gets plastered in every night.
Oh my god, that's really funny.
So after all this animosity is kind of building, Daniel's like, "You're no good for my daughter. You're a drunk, and you're not doing your work. You're not making those fake coins, making the living with those fake coins. You're drinking your life away, kid."
Okay,
So they're fighting a lot, right?
sure.
Thomas comes home to his inn one day to find his father-in-law, Daniel, sitting in his favorite chair.
Oh, no.
God forbid.
This
His
is, I can
favorite
see this.
chair.
I can see this on the haunting shit list. Like,
Oh my god.
don't sit in someone else's favorite chair.
Don't touch anyone's favorite objects because it
Yes.
will in turn become cursed.
Yes.
Don't touch anything ever.
Yes, just keep your hands to yourself.
Oh god. Well, this was the last straw. Okay? You walk in, OMG, your father-in-law is sitting in your favorite chair.
Uh-oh.
What's a man to do?
You kill him.
Of course. Of course you do.
Oh my god, sorry. It's the
Logical response.
Yes.
It's the sake.
Sake. Sake. Sorry, that was another Office reference that probably went over most people's heads.
Yes, including my own. Even though I've seen The Office like
Well,
twice.
it's funny. It's like Nellie Bertram. She's like the British lady at the very end of the series, and she's like kind of out there, and she says that she's like sake, sake, and then like everyone's looking at her like what, and she's like, it's her name, Jim. Like she's talking about some woman who's named Sake. I don't even know. It was just fucking wild. But anyway, that's where that went. Sorry.
Okay.
We watch way too much TV, clearly.
That's all right. That's all right. It was a good show, and so was Parks and Rec. I think I just need to rewatch them.
Ugh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine right now is what we're going through, again. Because it's
So good.
up there with The Office. It's better than
Yeah.
Parks and Rec, in my opinion.
Okay.
You know,
That's good to know. That's good to know. I think Jeremy would probably agree with you.
that's real good. So, but yes, he decides his best course of action is to murder his father-in-law. Not for threatening to take out Elizabeth away. Oh my god, I almost just said Alice. Not for almost threatening to take Elizabeth away, but for sitting in his chair. That is just something he cannot forgive.
Oh my god.
So, he waits until midnight, or nightfall, I should say. Waits until nightfall and then sneaks into his room and beats Daniel to death.
Okay. I feel like that's some pretty serious toxic masculinity.
Right.
That's
And I will say, though, that there was some articles that said he killed him right then and there in the chair.
okay.
I don't know.
All right.
But there was more that said he waited until nighttime. That makes more sense to me because
Yeah.
there were probably people there
Mm-hmm.
when he was in the inn, sitting
Yeah.
in the chair. Sitting
Yeah,
in
that would make
the
sense.
godforsaken chair.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, so he bludgeons Daniel to death. Hides his body in the woods nearby his inn. Days go by, people obviously are like, where's that weird dude, Daniel? What the fuck happened to him?
Oh my god.
So, the search begins. They quickly find his body in the woods, and very quickly, again, decide it's Thomas who committed this murder.
Okay.
Rightfully so,
Yes.
because he did do it.
Okay. And it sounds like he didn't do a very good job covering it up either.
Probably because he was drunk.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he couldn't have been drunk because he wasn't sitting in his chair.
Well, maybe he got, like, maybe after Daniel left and went to bed, he, like, drank a bunch of booze and then was, like, fuming about it. Was
chair.
Like, that motherfucker sitting in my chair. This is my fucking chair and I love it more than anything. He's gonna pay. He's gonna pay with his life, that asshole. This is my chair. Sorry, that was a lot. That was a lot of drama right there.
We're kind of off the rails tonight, I gotta admit.
He just loved this chair a little bit too much. We'll just say that.
Yeah, yes, for sure. Yep. Okay.
So, Thomas was very quickly convicted of this crime.
Oh, okay.
And
Rightfully
sentenced, right. And sentenced to hang.
Okay.
But first, he requested to have one last drink in his favorite chair.
Stop it! It wasn't even like, let me share one last kiss with my beloved. It was, let me have a drink in my chair.
In my chair. In this shitty-looking chair. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. If I was Elizabeth, I'd be like, fuck you.
Well, he did murder her dad. He did murder her dad.
That's true.
So.
Then it'd be like a double fuck you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. She probably wouldn't have kissed him anyway.
I would hope not.
She
I don't
deserves
know.
better anyways.
She does.
So, that happened. It's also said that as he was being, like, dragged to the gallows, he cursed anyone who sat in his favorite chair, screaming that anyone who sat in his chair would die a horrible death.
Oh, good grief. Okay. All right. Again, like, the chair. Like, there are so many... I don't know. Because it's like... I mean, I kind of get it with pirate gold. You know, where it's like, don't touch my gold. But it's a chair. It's a chair.
It's a chair.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's hilarious. Don't touch my pirate gold. Oy vey. So, thus, Thomas Busby was hanged, and here's where it gets kind of weird. They dipped his body in tar.
Stop it. What?
And strung it up for public view.
Good
days.
grief.
Yeah, they
Oh
just
my
let his body, like, hang covered in tar so that everyone could see it.
Do we know what the tar was for? Or was it just like...
Well, that was common of the time.
But why?
It's like old school, seal him in carbonite.
It's like a shameful thing, like the tar and feathering thing. Like, they would pour tar on you and then throw feathers at you.
Well, yeah, but the tar and feathering thing was like...
Shame.
That was while you were still alive. And it would...
Yeah.
And
I
it
think
could
it was
suffocate
just
you
to
and burn
preserve
you.
the body so that it didn't stink while it was hanging out in the hot sun.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's my assumption, but I don't know.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Because it would
I'll go
probably
with
stink
that.
up the whole fucking town.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, they could just bury him, but...
I know, right? The sensible thing, like, hey, don't murder people. Let's just bury this dude now. Good riddance.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
This guy was a tool. Let's put him in the ground.
Yeah, there we go. Poor Elizabeth doesn't deserve to see this.
No! She didn't do anything wrong. She had a heart for criminals.
I know. Realistically, she probably knew everything that was going on. But
She
whatever.
probably... Oh my gosh, plot twist. She was the mastermind.
Oh, man. Jeez.
Oh my god. Okay, sorry.
But, as we know, that is not the end of the story, right?
Right.
Fast forward to 1894, almost 200 years later, right? I have no idea what went on with this godforsaken chair for 200 years. But
I
all
mean,
of a
could it even
sudden,
be-
it starts murdering people, apparently.
Could it even be the same chair?
We're gonna get there.
Okay. It's a long time for nobody to really know where it is or what it's doing.
I know, and if it's such a murderous chair, what was it doing for 200 years? Taking a fucking nap?
I think so. It was stewing in its own tar juices.
It was mourning the death of its owner for 200 years, and then it comes back for a murder spree in 1894.
Okay.
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 I'm being extremely dramatic. I'm so sorry, everyone.
No, it's okay.
It's so funny. It's like, how do you not just, like, be dramatic about it? Because it's like...
We gotta laugh about it. It's fun.
My storytelling abilities are on point tonight. Okay, so, yes. 1894, the chair claims its first known victim.
Okay.
An unnamed chimney sweep sat in the chair one night and then was later found hanged.
Whoa.
Yeah, that got dark real quick.
Yes, okay.
He was murdered by a fellow chimney sweep who tried to rob him and then decided to also murder him and hang him, which is weird, but whatever.
And a bummer. I mean, who knew that chimney sweeps had so much animosity towards each other?
I guess so. It seems less weird than killing someone over sitting in a chair, but, you know.
Yes,
to each his own, I suppose.
Agreed.
Fast forward, and like I said, these stories are so little snippety because there's no facts. There's, like, I don't even know if any of these even happened. I mean, I know some of them did, because we get later on, but, like, I don't know. Like,
I think that's just part of the story, and that's part of the charm.
It's the charm. It's a legend. Yeah. It's a fun thing to believe in. It is. It really is kind of fun to, like, believe in all this stuff. We hit it hard on the true crime the last couple weeks. It's time to have a little bit of fun. Yeah, that's a good point. Although the next one is actually pretty sad. My next story. Sorry. The other object is a little darker than this one. Okay. Maybe I should have done that one first.
That's okay.
But alas, here we are. Fast forward again to 1968. So here we are.
Wait, you said 1968?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So a little over 50 years later. So again, I have no idea what the murdering chair was doing for all this time.
Okay.
Not killing people, evidently, so.
Yeah, maybe, like, hidden in an attic somewhere.
Yeah, apparently. But a man named Tony Earnshaw owns the inn at this point. He buys the inn, and he was kind of like, you know, this whole cursed chair nonsense is kind of silly. And I think at this point it was just kind of a legend, like, oh, this chair is supposedly cursed. Because, from what I could tell, only one person has died in the chair by this time.
Oh my god, okay.
So I don't know.
They just, like, took it and run with it.
Well, no, he was like, no, this isn't a thing. But everyone else was like, no, it is a thing. And he was like, no, it's not.
Okay. Well, and I mean, because so far, 2 occupants of the chair have died.
Yes.
And a man
was possibly murdered in the chair.
Yes, okay. And it was really, and they died under graphic circumstances, right? Like, one was murdered, one was tried and hanged.
And then another guy who sat in it was then hanged.
Yes. I mean, how many chairs do you know of have that kind of history? Even though that's not a really high body count.
Realistically.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, like, let's take a football stadium, for example. How many people sit in those freaking chairs?
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
true.
You know, one of them later leaves and ends up in a car accident. And another one leaves and, I don't know, is murdered. Another one loses all their money. I don't know.
Okay,
like,
yeah, that's true.
I don't think it's that
like
weird.
A throne. A lot of shitty things happened to kings and queens in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, yeah. I'm convinced.
I just don't, like, I don't know. I think because the inn has this history behind it, it leaves a entertaining story that ultimately brings in tourism.
Okay, that's fair. I respect that.
I'm not saying I don't believe the chair has powers. I think something else is going on, which we'll get to in a little bit. But
okay, now I'm definitely intrigued.
Yeah. But shortly after Tony's takeover of the inn, 2 pilots come in and visit, and they're eating, whatever, having a good time, drinking, all the things. They had heard about this cursed chair. So, as you do, being 2 drunk, strong men, you dare each other to sit in the chair. Right?
Right.
Well, after sitting in the chair, both men were killed in a drunk driving accident the same day.
Oh my god.
I know.
Like the same day they sat in the chair?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Don't drink and drive, people. Let's not do that.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so these are sad. Like, people died.
Yes.
Whether it's from this chair, I don't know, but it is sad.
Yes.
Another day, a group of construction workers stop in for lunch, and the youngest of the group, again unnamed, was dared to sit in the chair by his coworkers, unaware of said curse.
I feel like if somebody tells you that they're daring you to sit in a chair.
Well, I don't know if that's how it went. They may have just been like, "Hey, dude, why don't you just take that chair?" Like, don't tell him. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was just so sad. Especially what happens to him after. They eat. Everything's fine. They leave and go back to work. The same day, he's working on the roof, and he falls off the roof and explodes on the concrete below. You
used the word explode.
Yeah. I think it was from a high building.
Holy shit.
It didn't say he literally exploded, but it said his head was obliterated.
Holy shit. Okay.
I know.
Oh my god.
Really, really awful, right? So
yeah.
sad. And he, from what I can tell, he, had no idea what he was, that he was sitting in this chair.
This cursed chair, assuming it's cursed.
Assuming it's cursed, sure. Yeah.
Oh my god. Damn. What a bummer.
I know, I bet his coworkers felt so guilty.
I'm sure they did.
Because they believed it, and they were the ones who told him to sit in it.
I feel like yes. Well, and I do feel like if they genuinely did believe it, I feel like they probably wouldn't have had somebody sit in that chair.
Sure.
I think it was probably more of a,
oh, they say it's cursed. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, wouldn't it be crazy if it actually was cursed? Let's find out. And it's just no, let's not find out. It's a chair. Just leave it alone.
Yeah. So that's really sad.
Okay.
Another incident included an unsuspecting cleaning lady. Poor thing.
Uh-oh.
She didn't even sit in the chair. She just accidentally bumped into the chair when she was doing some cleaning, and then shortly after found out she had a brain tumor, and then died shortly after that.
Holy shit. I feel like that's just a dick move to the spirit that's haunting the chair from the spirit that's haunting that chair.
Brain tumor. How awful.
Well, she just bumped into it.
I know, it wasn't even, she wasn't even being,
malicious or...
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor thing. I couldn't verify this. I couldn't find anything else about this, but apparently a man also had a heart attack while sitting in the chair.
Okay. Okay. That's also sad.
Yes. At this point, Tony Earnshaw, the owner of the inn, is like, fuck this. I'm out. Well, he didn't leave, but he put the chair in the cellar because he was like, this isn't a joke. I'm just going to put this away so no one even sees it.
I'd be afraid to touch it.
I know. After the lady gets a brain tumor. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know how he moved it. Like, maybe he had, like, a broom and, like, slid it through the slats in the chair and, like, carried it over his back.
That's actually not a bad idea. I was thinking he would just, like, pick it up with a shovel, like a really big shovel.
Oh my
That
god.
doesn't make any sense.
It's like, what's that movie? Uncle Buck, when he flips
The
giant
pancake.
pancake with a shovel.
Yes, just like that. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It doesn't make any sense, but that's immediately what I thought in my brain.
God rest his soul as well.
Yes.
He is missed. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm just picturing that, like, what were those called? The, like, stick and sack things?
A bindle?
A bindle, yeah, he carried the chair like a bindle.
Yes, that's I feel like way more efficient than the shovel.
Although the bad juju could easily travel through a broom handle. Probably.
Or a shovel
I don't
handle.
know. So anyway, he puts the chair in the cellar of the inn. But of course, people just can't keep their asses off the fucking chair. Right? A delivery man goes down there, sees the chair, decides it's a good idea to tempt fate, sits in the chair, and
Does
dies.
he know?
The way the article was written made it seem like he did know.
Okay.
But I feel like it easily could have been one of those situations where he's just like, wow, I'm tired. I just hauled all this fucking food into this cellar. I'm just going to sit down real quick. Oh, look, a chair.
Yeah.
So maybe not. Maybe not.
50-50 on that.
Right. Either way, that day he too dies in a car accident.
Oh my god.
I know. Super sad. Okay, so again, one more death is tied to this chair, so Tony's like, all right, clearly the cellar wasn't enough. So then he calls the Thirsk Museum.
Okay.
And in 1978, the chair was then taken over by the museum, and they nail it to the wall. And the picture of it is actually, like, it's got, like, these little hooks that it looks like they just, like, lifted it up and set it on the hooks. So it's not actually nailed to the wall, but...
I was gonna say, that's kind of brutal.
Yeah. It's way up in the corner of, like, the wall, up towards the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of stuff in front of it, so that you literally can't even, like, reach to touch it, really.
Oh my god, they are not fucking around.
Yeah. And I couldn't confirm this, but I did hear that under no circumstances is... Oh, here we go. Oh, look. Yeah, so that must be an old picture, because now there's, like a little thing in front of that.
Okay. We're looking at photos of the chairs, of the
Oh,
chair, in case
sorry.
anybody's curious
Yeah.
what we're doing right
Maybe
now.
we should describe the chair. So the chair looks, really basic. It's like an old wood, no cushion. It has, like, spindles on it. It's nothing fancy. It's really not.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of tucked in, like, this nook of the wall. But what I was saying was, under no circumstances is anyone allowed to touch it.
Okay.
And even visitors who come to the museum, like, have offered money to touch it or sit in it. People have threatened to sue the museum for not allowing them to sit in it, which is dumb. It's like, it's a museum object.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just do whatever the fuck you want with objects in a museum. So I'm sure those lawsuits didn't go anywhere, but whatever.
No. Well, and I'm sure, like, if somebody threatened to sue because they couldn't touch a Picasso, they would just laugh at them.
Yeah, that's not a freaking thing.
No.
So
Don't be an idiot.
Yeah. So anyways, they take this curse extremely seriously. Yeah. So that is where the chair has been, basically, since 1978.
Okay.
So, One thing that I was kind of confused about, which you had mentioned, well, I had mentioned, I guess, but in the first incident where someone had died was what? 1894? Yes. Sorry, I just confirmed.
Yes.
That.
Well, and that was a chimney sweep, right? That doesn't count the guy that actually whose chair it was.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
So the first life that the chair, quote unquote, took was
The life force.
Yeah. 1894.
Okay.
So that's almost 200 years where, like, what the fuck has this chair been doing for all this time? So they actually had the chair inspected by a furniture historian named...
Oh God, can you imagine being that historian?
What a job, right? His name was Dr. Adam Bowett, and he claims that the chair was made around 1840.
Stop it.
Yeah. Over 100 years before Thomas Busby's death. Or 100 years after, sorry. Over 100 years after Thomas Busby dies.
Oh
So,
my God.
It's like,
okay.
Could the chair be his? Probably not. I mean, they didn't carbon date it or anything like that. He just kind of looked at it and was like, based on the, the way that these spindles are, like this was something. And he did say something about the manufacturer of the chair, and they weren't making chairs before 1840.
Okay.
So...
Wow, busted.
I know, right? Ugh, yeah. But here's a quote. I have a couple quotes. So this is Dr. Adam Bowett, the furniture historian.
Okay.
The Busby stoop chair is a type now known as Caister, as a Caister chair. Do you know what a Caister chair is, Julian?
How do you spell it?
Caistor.
I don't, but seeing it, it looks more like a arts and crafts style chair, which is an actual like design aesthetic. Like if you Google arts and crafts design, you'd probably find a lot of chairs.
Wait. I'm going to elaborate on this. Sorry, I'm just finishing out this quote, and I just realized he talks about the Caister.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
okay.
let me finish.
Sorry, then I'll let you finish.
Sorry, my bad. Okay. Quote, the Busby stoop chair is a type known as a Caister chair because of its association with the chair maker, John Shafford. Shafford worked in North Lincolnshire town of Caister between 1843 and 1881. It is unlikely to be older than 1840 and could have been made as late as 1900.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I didn't in my history of interior design class, they didn't cover that, but they did kind of go over, other more prominent styles like the arts and crafts style, and I don't know if this one would specifically be considered arts and crafts, but it's probably around that same time.
Yeah.
And I did kind of wonder when you said it was in the 1700s, but I didn't completely trust my thought process on that.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be validated.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. You know your shit.
A little bit.
So there's a little bit more to add to this. So the Busby Stoop Inn's landlady, her name is Karen Rowley, and she claims that even though the chair is gone, she still frequently sees dark figures upstairs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it was, here, I'll read this this is a quote from Karen Rowley as well.
Okay.
I've been here for the last 7 years, and the locals are still afraid of the chair and its curse. I saw a figure on the landing upstairs. It was very tall, human-like figure, with no arms and no clear face. It moved sideways and disappeared through a wall. I was absolutely terrified.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That is
And that was
spooky.
after the chair was gone. So,
Okay.
what it sounds like she believes is that the chair isn't cursed, but that Thomas Busby's spirit or ghost is still in the inn
Okay.
and, like, affected the chair when it was there. Sometimes.
Okay.
When he
I could
felt
get on
like
board
it.
with that.
When he felt like it. And I agree. I just don't really... I mean, it's a chair. It's a chair. Like, I just don't really think that that's... I don't know. I might just be reaching, but in my opinion, that's the more likely thing, is that his spirit is in the inn, because that was his home, his business, you know?
His
So
livelihood.
he probably is still there and just kind of fucking people up.
Yeah, I could get on board with that. I
Yeah.
could see that. Kyle, did you have something to add? You seemed like you had something to say.
Moment's a bit past, but I was
sorry.
just gonna say, like, playing devil's advocate a little bit, and isn't it possible that maybe Mr. Bisbee created that design way back then, and then, you know, the furniture company adopted it? Maybe it was a really popular design a long time ago. A lot of people made chairs like that, and then the furniture company just said, like, okay, yeah, we'll do that too.
Let's mass produce this.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
the chair has like a stamp on it or anything like that that says exactly
Mhm.
where it was created, but this guy says that it was created by the association that John Shafford worked for. So I'm
Okay.
assuming there
Yeah.
must be some verification of where the chair came from, but that is a fun idea to entertain.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when we're talking about legends and like cursed objects that have no proof one way or the other, it's like, why not just throw in some like funky shit in there like that? You know, it's kind of fun. You know.
Yeah, I could see that.
So anyway, that's the story of the Busby Inn chair, cursed chair.
Okay.
And, you know, it is what it is. The story is hilariously entertaining.
Agreed.
The deaths are sad.
Also agreed, yes.
I just don't know how I feel about it. You know?
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, like, I know that exists. I don't know what to do with that information now. I guess I'll just, like, file that away in the weird
know.
shit box.
A maybe, maybe not cursed chair.
Yes.
I don't know. It's fun to believe it. It's fun.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just a fun story. This next object is worth a shocking amount.
Ooh, I like it. Okay.
Okay. Again, the history is incredibly hazy, which is shocking because this object is very well known.
Okay.
But there's a lot of questions around this. There's a lot of rumor. Generally, I will say that, generally speaking, scientists and people who know of this object are like, no, it's not cursed, not a thing. But again, it's an idea that's just incredibly fun to entertain, especially given some of the history that's surrounded this object. Okay?
Okay. All right. I'm excited.
All right. Long ago, in India, an ancient Hindu statue was vandalized. The beautiful gem in the center of its forehead had been pried out and stolen. Thus begins the curse of the Hope Diamond.
Oh, I had never thought about that.
I know. It was funny. I was talking to Kyle about this when I was cutting his hair, and I was like, I really want to do it, but it's like, scientists are all like, don't even say that it's cursed because it's so not. But it is.
That's not what we're here. That's not
I
what we're
honestly
here for.
would believe this over the chair.
Okay. Okay.
I will say that.
That's something. And honestly, like, I'm here for a good story. Like, I think
this one's zesty.
okay. Yeah, and I think that's why a lot of people are here and are interested.
Look how pretty
and
it is.
it is really pretty. Kyle has put the Hope Diamond up on his camera feed so we can see it.
And there's pictures of people wearing it, and oh my fucking god. It is so
Really?
stunningly beautiful.
Okay, I want to just Google this really quick. Okay, let's see.
You
here.
should
might hear
Google,
my computer
what's her
keys
name? Let's see.
click-clacking.
Because this woman owned it for a while, and she was very wealthy, so she had lots of pictures taken with it on. And her name, I'm going to talk about her, so don't get too much into it. But
I just want to look at photos. Like,
Yeah.
that's really all I want to see.
you should look up Evelyn.
Is it like a black and white?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Evelyn
Oh my
Mclean.
god, it's huge. Yes. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Wow.
know.
It's huge.
I know. And that's the smallest version of it. Because it was a lot bigger.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
look at that. She's the one on the left on that one.
The one on the left. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Isn't
okay.
it just like so
It's
shockingly
really
beautiful?
pretty. It's really pretty. And
Yeah.
even the necklace that other girl is wearing is absolutely stunning
Right.
too. But
And
yes.
in case there's any uncultured swine out there, if you've ever seen Titanic, then you know what the Hope Diamond is.
I don't even think we need to tell you. But the actual
Although the
Hope
actual
Diamond,
Hope Diamond was never on the Titanic.
yes, and it's not heart-shaped either.
Right. It's round
But-
and so much more beautiful than they ever could portray in the movie.
Yes, and but I think the heart will go on necklace thing.
Celine Dion deserved that.
Yes,
the heart
yes.
shape.
I mean, it was beautiful, but yeah, and it was based on the Hope Diamond, but they don't look exactly the same, but they are very similar.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so let's get into this one. This one's a little longer.
Okay.
And I mean, sadly, a little bit more tragic,
Oh,
but
gosh, okay.
juicier. It's juicier, believe it or not.
Okay,
All right.
I'm in.
So our story begins with a man named Jean-Baptiste Tavernier.
Why
French.
does that name sound familiar?
I'm not sure. He wasn't like crazy famous, but he did travel around the world collecting gems and selling them.
Okay.
So,
All right. I'm probably imagining that it sounds familiar.
yeah. And I apologize for my pronunciation of the names in this next one. There's some foreign, I say foreign because I'm American. Oh my god. There's like, because I'm an American idiot. There's a lot of French names and Spanish names and things like that. I think there's even a couple Russian names in there
Okay.
that I apologize in advance. I'm just gonna fucking butcher because I don't know. Okay. All right. So yes, Jean-Baptiste Tavernier.
Okay.
Jean was traveling to India in the mid-1600s looking for gems to buy and sell. As I just said, he did that frequently.
Okay.
While in India, he came across allegedly came across a statue of the goddess Sita.
Okay.
In an unknown location. I don't know if he was like in a cave or like at a market or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
But in the middle of Sita's forehead, so like her third eye,
Mm-hmm.
was a massive blue diamond.
Wow. Well, and I guess
Absolutely
like
massive.
I've seen photos of it, and knowing that it was even bigger than that.
I'm going to
and
tell you the
it's, like,
size in a minute.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's going to
wow.
blow your mind.
Okay. And it's on the middle of her forehead. Like, can she even like see?
It must have been a huge statue.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay.
Anyway, but in her third eye is a massive blue diamond. And yes, it is a diamond. I was trying
Okay.
to, I was thinking, is it like a sapphire? But no, it's an actual diamond. And the reason why it's so crazy, like, expensive is one, because it's so large. And then two, because the blue diamonds are incredibly rare. Like, never
Oh.
seen anywhere kind of stuff.
Okay. I mean, you could just get a sapphire, but, it's fine. You do you, I guess.
I also did want to point out that I did look up, so this was found in a statue of the goddess Sita. She's a Hindu goddess, sorry. And, get it right, Paige, God, call yourself a feminist, you whore.
Well, don't call yourself a whore, because that's not feminist either.
Well, it was a joke. I know I'm not a whore.
Yes, no. I think we all know.
Last I checked, I'm not. It's just a funny word to say. Anyway. So I did, yes, there she is, and she looks lovely in green.
Okay. She does, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Sita, I tried to look her up, tried to do my due diligence to the Hindu religion. I looked at a lot of websites, and what she's actually a goddess of is still unclear to me. There were some websites that said she was the goddess of, like, wealth and virtue. Okay. Some said love and purity, and then some said fertility. So,
well, virtue and purity are kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah, and, like, love, could translate as fertility. I don't really know. Okay.
All right. So she sounds cool either way.
Yeah. And she's married to the god Rava.
Oh,
which I believe, if I recall, he's like a very up god in the Hindu religion. And he's blue, I think, if I am doing my research correctly.
Okay.
Oh my god, I hope I didn't offend anyone. I'm really sorry if I did. It was unintentional, okay? I support you in your religions. I swear to God.
Good to know. That's good to know.
So, yes, Tavernier. I'm gonna say something really offensive about him, just because I like to be dramatic. Okay.
Okay.
Well, why don't I say the more correct version first, and then we'll go back to this one. Let's do that.
Okay.
So, the documented version of how he got this gem was that he legally paid for it.
Okay.
Like, he was at this mine. He was at a mine buying gems from the people, from the miners.
Okay, cool.
Like this gem. Okay?
I've heard that too.
Yes. So that's the official thing. Okay?
Okay.
But, as Pierre Cartier would say...
Oh!
I know. For those who don't know...
Cartier?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Which he comes in later in the game. But Pierre Cartier claims that he knows that Tavernier pried the gem out of this statue's forehead and stole it.
And thus begins the haunting shit list.
Yes. Stealing what does not belong to you. Especially from a godlike statue.
Yes.
You know, bad juju. Bad juju.
Yes. That's bad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Realistically, that's probably not what happened. But
I hope not.
You never know. I mean, it was the 1600s. Things weren't documented like they are now. You never know. He could have stolen it. Who knows? It's just more fun that way, right?
This was in the 1600s? I know you mentioned that, but I think it kind of went in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, so this was in the mid 1600s, around like 1640-ish.
I'm surprised that Cartier has been around that long.
Well, and that's what I was just thinking. I was like, wait, you know what? I don't think that Cartier actually knew him. But in one of the articles that I read, it did say that, but then there was nothing else to verify that. And that's what I mean. Like, some of these things are just so muddied. Like, timelines are so fucking whacked.
Okay.
With some of this stuff, I couldn't verify any of it.
Okay.
You know, I had like 5 different articles pulled up and nothing to verify. Oh, speaking of which, I should probably name my sources. Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
The ones that I use the most, I'm just going to say that. I kind of verified again with other ones. I looked at like 7 different things and it was very stressful. But the ones that I use the most, one was on mentalfloss.com.
Okay.
And that one's called 10 Victims of the Hope Diamond Curse. And that was written by, yes, yeah. That was written by Stacy Conrad. Another one was thoughtco.com. And that one's called The Curse of the Hope Diamond. And that one was hilarious because it was like, this is so not a real curse. Let me actually tell you what the real history of the diamond is. Which it was funny because even when I was reading that, I was like, how do these people not believe this thing is fucking cursed? Because you're saying that it's not, but I'm kind of not believing you.
Do you mean that, though?
Yeah. You just have to say that because Harry Winston is paying you? I don't know. No, that's not the case. That was just conjecture. Don't sue me. Although if Harry Winston sued me, I'd have no chance.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. Hopefully he would take pity on us.
I know. Us and our poor little podcast just trying to make it.
Yes.
Speaking of which, donate to our Patreon.
Please.
Okay, my third one is, this one was actually incredibly helpful and I didn't find it till really late in the game, which was really annoying, but it was great. It was actually from a museum website, and the museum is called Cape Town Diamond Museum.
That sounds fun.
I know. And their website was so nice looking. And BTW, if you go there, they have an exact replica of the Hope Diamond. Just saying.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I'm sure it's just amazing.
I was going to ask you a question, but I think you're going to get to it, so I'll just wait.
Okay. Yeah. Were you going to ask where it is?
Yes.
I know you so well. Our twin telepathy! We say it's not real, but maybe it is.
I just, it popped into my head that I was like, oh, I wonder where it actually is. But I think you'll get to it.
Yes,
so
I am going to get there.
Okay.
At the very end.
Okay.
Okay, anyway. So this is the Cape Town Diamond Museum, and the page is called The Hope Diamonds Mystery and Curse.
Okay.
Okay, so those are, sorry, I forgot to put that. So, back to where we were.
Okay.
Hindu
the diamond
gods,
has just been maybe stolen.
Yeah, maybe stolen from some poor statue of the goddess Sita.
Yes. Sita is pissed.
Yeah. Yeah, Tavernier is like, I'm a tourist here, and I deserve the world, so I'm just gonna steal this fucking massive diamond. And there it is.
Ouch.
There it is. The curse begins because of
Finders keepers.
Finders keepers, except he didn't really find it because he had to pry it out of a fucking statue.
Yes. Well, and it's like those kids that graffitied the Colosseum. You know, it's like someday are they going to be cursed because they've graffitied the Colosseum?
Probably. Ooh, watch out.
Damn.
Watch out.
Watch it.
All right, so here we go. Fun fact. The size of the diamond.
Oh my god, I'm so ready.
In its origin, so
Okay.
the very, very first, when he gets the diamond.
Okay.
112 carats.
Stop it. That's gotta be like as big as your head.
I know, I'm like, that's like the size of your fucking hand.
Oh my god.
Well, where's the rest of it
I'll
then?
get there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Can you believe
So was
it?
That is insane. So was it raw or was it finely cut like we would expect it to be? Or was it just a raw stone?
I'm not sure. I will give you, I am going to go into this in a little bit, but it does get cut at one point to make it look more clear. So I'm assuming it maybe either wasn't well cut, or there may have been some impurities.
Okay. Or it was raw.
I don't really know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. 112 whopping carats.
Holy shit. How did he even? I'm just like picturing him getting it out of this statue.
With this,
and
like,
it just
crowbar,
Yeah. And then just like, oh my
God, I'm gonna fall over. I better run with this little baby.
It's like bigger than a baby. I feel like, oh my God. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it's huge. Also, official records. Oh, I already said this. The official records did say that he bought it legally.
Okay. I really hope he bought it.
Yeah, but it's more entertaining to say that he, like, pried it from it.
He stole it.
Statue's head.
Yeah, it is more entertaining.
Yes. Okay. So, it is said that after the diamond was stolen, the gem claims its first victim, Tavernier himself.
Oh, damn. It's like Lucifer. Except the Hope Diamond is not a demon horse in DIA.
God. If you haven't listened to our DIA episode, do it.
Yeah, you should. It was a good one.
Do the thing, Julie.
Yes.
All right. This is another one of those things that's very wishy-washy.
Okay.
One article said he died of, like, a fever, but another few articles said that
more interesting
he
ones
was ravaged by wolves.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing.
I know,
I'm not laughing that
funny.
he died. I'm just...
The degree of severity is fucking massive.
You go from, like, 0 to 60.
I know.
Like a second.
He may have just died in bed with a fever at 84, which is what it said. Or he could have just been completely obliterated by a pack of wolves. Who really knows?
The difference in those two is just
astronomical.
Wow. It sounds like I feel like it was probably like his brother who was like, no, my big brother can't die of the common cold. He will be ravaged by wolves. Come hell or high water.
Well, and it was funny because there were some articles that said he died of the fever, but then his body was later ravaged by wolves.
Well, it sounds like whoever buried him did a shit job then.
Maybe. Or maybe he, like, was dying, and then he died, like, outside. And then his body was found by wolves.
I guess.
I don't really know.
Wow.
Yes. But before he died, right before he died, actually, he sold the diamond to King Louis XIV. Okay? King of France? Is that the King of France?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's France.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry. My public education has failed me. And it shows.
No, it didn't. You know how to put a condom on a banana.
Sure. Oh my god. I can't believe you just said that. Although I learned that very later in life. Once again, my public school education failed me greatly in sex ed. As it did for most people, okay?
It did. Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
Yeah.
It did. I do remember getting the lesson on how to put a condom on a banana, though. I do remember.
PSA,
I don't think I was in, like... What?
PSA, guys. Generally, you can't get pregnant on your period. Just saying. That's my thing, okay?
People will tell you the opposite, but...
My teacher.
Yes,
But that's
my
not
teacher
really a
also.
thing, okay?
Not really a thing, yeah.
You can email me for more fertility PSAs. Okay? Because I am trained in that, alright? Anyway.
That's good to know.
I
Oh
just
my
really
gosh.
hate how... Sorry. Anyway, that's my soapbox. I'm not going to get
How
on it.
women's sex ed can be mansplained.
Horribly.
Yes. Yep.
Yes. Okay, anyway.
Okay, we're done with the soapbox.
Sorry, my heart was racing just thinking about that. Jeez Louise. Anyway, so King Louis XIV then becomes the newest owner of the diamond. It has had many names over the years. We're going to get to how it got to the Hope Diamond later. But at this time, it was called lots of different things. So I'm not even going to go into it because it's not the official name of the gem anymore. So whatever. But he gets the diamond in 1668. Okay?
Okay.
In 1673, so just a few years later, he has the diamond recut.
God, I hate him so much.
I know. Well, and it's one
I
thing
know.
because it's like in the 1600s, they just didn't understand the value of a lot of things. It does get recut again for an even more ridiculous reason, but I'll get there.
Well, I mean, it's like I kind of get it, where it's just like, if you're gonna make a diamond look like a diamond, you should cut it and show its brilliance. But this was a spiritual stone.
And it was
It's
like
not
the size of your face.
Yes. And it's just like something like that just needs to be like untouched. You know, it's like people going and hunting the world's largest lion. Fucking assholes.
Or like the albino giraffes.
Yes,
Like,
just to
be.
say that they've done it. It's like, okay, well, now you've rid the world of like one of the most beautiful things. Like, why, you know, I don't know. It's just, and then it's a spiritual thing and a religious artifact, and
Yeah.
leave it to the white people.
Needs to be revered in its natural awe.
Yes, that is perfectly well put. That is perfectly well put.
Like you said, I could see maybe cutting it just a little bit so that you can like see it a little bit better.
Yeah.
But he cuts almost half the weight out.
Stop it! That makes me so cranky.
So now, the gem weighed 67 carats.
No. I just want to poke my finger in that guy's eyeball.
It's funny that you say that, because I literally said ... eye roll ... in my notes.
Yes. Yes.
Like, oh my god, this motherfucker.
Yes. Yeah. You just heard an audible eye roll from me. That's what that was.
Yuppers.
Jeez.
Oh god.
Okay.
So, here we go. We're getting into the nitty gritty of it.
Okay.
One of the king's, this is wild, okay. One of the king's attendants, and close confidant, his name was Nicholas. Ooh, this is another one.
Okay.
Fouquet. I don't know.
Sure.
I'm
sure.
sorry.
You've got me sold.
I'm sorry. I've offended everyone, I'm sure. All of our French listeners are gone.
Because we had French listeners.
Goodbye. It was nice knowing you. I'm sorry that I've offended you and made you not want to listen to my ignorance. Anyway. But Nicholas, we'll just call him Nicholas now so that I don't make it worse. He was known to sometimes wear the blue diamond. He was a very close friend of the king. Okay. And so sometimes he would wear the diamond. I don't know if he like had it in a necklace at this point. I'm not sure what state the diamond was.
I'm picturing like Flava Flav with his clocks that he would wear.
Oh my god.
Just with like this giant blue diamond. Yes.
It was probably that when it was 112 carats.
Okay. Yeah. This one's more like a pocket watch, I suppose.
I did read somewhere that sometimes they would put it in like their crowns or something, but I'm like, can you just pop it out? I don't understand. Because there's no way this attendant dude was wearing his crown. I have no idea. I don't know. Anyway, he sometimes was known to wear the diamond, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Eventually, he fell out of favor with the king. I debated about keeping this one in because it wasn't like that riveting, but it kind of is at the same time. Because he just like falls out of favor with the king. Is that really a curse? I don't know. But here's the juicy part. Nicholas is said to have been the real Man in the Iron Mask.
Stop it. What?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. That was totally juicy.
Yeah. So, him and the king get in this massive fight, and he's like, you deserve to be in jail ever, and you're gonna wear this iron helmet around your face.
Okay.
I'm sure he wasn't nearly as beautiful as Leonardo DiCaprio, but we'll give
No.
it to him because poor guy was in prison for 15 years. You know,
Oh my god.
thing.
And to all of our listeners, if you haven't watched The Man in the Iron Mask,
Or at least
you
heard of it.
100%
Or at least
should.
heard of it.
Yes, you should. It's
It's
one of
so good.
it's really good.
And it's
really
got
good.
young Leo in it. It's worth
Yep.
every moment of your time.
Yep. It's a good one.
Anyway, all right. So that's a thing. There's no proof to back that up, but that's what is said about poor Nicholas.
It's enticing for sure.
I know, Man in the Iron Mask, right? Okay, so in 1715, King Louis XIV tragically dies of gangrene,
Oh my god.
along with all of his children and most of his grandchildren, except for one.
That sounds like a massacre.
I know. Well, and that's what I'm saying.
Fuck?
Like, the guy who owns it, like, loses his best friend, loses his life, all his children's lives, and most of his grandkids' lives.
Well, and gangrene isn't something that's like contagious to other people.
I will say, though, that this is 1715. So, gangrene wasn't that uncommon. They just didn't.
No, but it's like, what were they doing? Were
That
they
gave
all?
them gangrene.
Yeah, did they all die of gangrene, or was it just the king, and then the rest of them kind of followed suit with something else, like the common cold?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
maybe it
know.
was okay.
I'm not really sure. That's maybe something I
Okay.
should have looked up, but I will admit, I did these notes like 5 hours ago.
Okay.
I was very stressed because I couldn't figure out what to do because there was just nothing about anything.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, I didn't research that. That's a really good question. I'm not super sure. Kyle, do you want to look that up?
I think that's a
yeah,
lot for Kyle to look
I will.
up.
Oh.
But yeah, gangrene was a very common cause of death back then.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, if you had an infection that would just sit and fester, which would happen a lot,
Yeah,
it would become
a
gangrenous.
paper cut.
And if you didn't cut, yeah, exactly. If you didn't cut that limb off,
You were donezo.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, well, and that, I mean, like that, and that doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if, like, the king and, like, maybe a couple of his kids died of gangrene, but it's like him and his whole family dying of gangrene.
I know.
Like, that sounds really bizarre.
I know. Well, it's a curse, Jillian.
Well, either way, the king and his entire family, except one,
Yeah, have been
all
massacred.
died. Oh my god. Okay, all right.
And so that one remaining heir becomes king.
Okay.
Thus begins. Sorry, this is a lot of random history, but what I'm trying to tie in is these are all the people who have owned the Hope Diamond. So
Okay.
King Louis owned the diamond. He dies of gangrene. His closest attendant ends up in prison.
Yes.
Okay. King Louis's entire family also dies. Okay.
Okay.
So now the gem and the kingship falls to King Louis XV.
Okay.
Does that ring a bell?
Yes.
Are you lying?
No, but I also don't want to say what I'm thinking in case I'm wrong.
Oh, I want to know.
Is this one that's married to Marie Antoinette?
Fuck yeah, Jillian!
Okay, yes, I'm so good.
It is. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I do love history. I will say my French history is not as great as my British history.
I had no clue who her husband was. I'm so embarrassed, but I didn't until I read this. Now I know.
I knew that she was married to a king. So
Yes,
and-
I did know that. And I knew it was a French king, but I had no idea
Yeah.
because there's like this is King Louis XV.
yeah.
Like, I mean, it kind of goes out the window after the third one.
Yes.
You know? And it's
Sure.
like that just happens to be the one that survives.
Yes, but his wife doesn't. So
Well, I just mean like, were all of his kids named Louis, just in case?
Well, I know the British monarchs, they, in the, like, way past before the current queen, they have their birth name and then they have their, like, monarch name.
Oh,
Exactly, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I said, ignorant as fuck over here.
I am super into British history. I also just recently finished The Crown, so that's the only reason I know that.
okay.
But I really enjoyed The Crown, and it was I learned actually quite a bit of British history from The Crown. But
Okay.
I knew a lot already. Like it was mostly like really old British history. Like
Right.
ask me anything about King Henry VIII, and I can probably tell you. But the newer stuff was not. It didn't super interest me until I watched The Crown. So yeah, if any Crown people out there.
I know
Hit me
there's
up.
a lot. I know there's a lot.
Oh my god, they're so good. And they just finished the season with Princess Di. Oh
Mm.
my gosh, I love it.
Oh, man.
Okay,
Princess
sorry.
Di.
Continue.
We'll have to cover that sometime. That's a good conspiracy theory. Super sad.
Yes,
but-
and Princess Grace of Monaco. That's another one.
Oh,
It's a really weird one.
yes. Ooh,
Mhm.
Grace Kelly.
Oh yes.
Wow, we're grandma. Anyway.
I know.
But, yes. So, King Louis XV marries Marie Antoinette,
Mm-hmm.
which, we all know how that ends.
Do we though? Yes.
In
I think so.
decapitation.
Yes, that's how it ends. Decapitation.
Yowza. So thus, the next two owners of the Hope Diamond have been ixnayed.
Yes. Okay.
The body count continues.
Yes. Yes. Well, and I mean, like we talked about it earlier, where it's like royals. A lot of bad things happens to royals.
Right. It was funny because I was reading this article, the one that was kind of skeptical, thoughtco.com. And they were like, well, we know that Marie Antoinette and King Louis XV were killed very
Yes.
gruesomely,
Mm-hmm.
but it has nothing to do with the Hope Diamond. It has everything to do with the war that was going on. Sure.
Yes.
Sure. But they also owned the Hope Diamond, so it just adds a little bit of flair to the
Yes.
story, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, another person that was tied to Marie Antoinette was her closest friend named Marie Louise. And Marie Louise also reportedly wore the gem, just around, you know, sometimes Marie
Like, here,
Antoinette
borrow-
just, like, let her borrow her massive fucking rock.
Yeah. Borrow my baseball-sized diamond. Jeez. Oh my god.
It'll suit you well, my friend.
Yes.
Well,
Like she was borrowing a shirt.
I know. That's just weird. Like, here, go ahead. Like, it's fine. Go ahead and just borrow this huge
it's just
diamond
chump
that I have.
change. If you fuck it up,
Yeah.
we'll just have it cut up again.
Oh god.
Oh my
Breaks
god.
my heart.
Anyway, poor Marie Louise though. This is probably the grossest death I'm going to talk about. So I'm just
Okay, I have to admit I'm kind of excited.
forewarning everyone. She died in a mob.
What? Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing
I know.
because she died.
It's not funny,
It's hard
but it's like-
and horrible.
Oh god. She was reportedly hit with a hammer.
Holy shit. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable.
Right. Then decapitated,
Oh my god.
and then disemboweled.
No, I'm not excited anymore. That's terrible.
I know, super sad.
Holy shit. Okay.
This also happened before Marie Antoinette was decapitated, but was in prison. So Marie Antoinette at this time was in prison. So they gifted Marie Antoinette her best
No.
friend's head.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awful.
I know, isn't that super icky?
That's just terrible.
I know, it kind of is just like
Some kind of
cringy.
fucked up shit they did back then.
I
Like,
know.
I know.
Oh, man.
I
Like
know.
drawn and quartered, like that's another one that's like, ugh.
Yuck.
or the difference between being hung and
Oh,
hanged.
what?
What?
being hung is you're hung
By the neck?
until just before death, and then you're taken down, and then you're drawn and quartered. That's what they used to do.
Oh.
Okay, and then hanged is like the gallows.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Wow,
Oh,
that's-
wow.
I learned
I did not know
something.
that.
Yeah, so when they say, like, back then, when they would say hung, drawn, and quartered, they would hang you until just before death, take you down while you're still alive, then draw and quarter you.
Which we should
While
specify
you're
they
alive.
rip your arms and legs off.
Yeah, it's very gruesome.
All right. Anyway.
All right, let's
moving
see.
on. Sorry.
Head delivered to Marie Antoinette.
Yeah.
That's awful.
in
Poor thing.
Her prison window, which is super sad.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Things get a little bit less icky from here on out.
Okay.
Though
Okay,
There's still
we
a
can
lot
handle
of death,
this.
but all right. So, moving on, Marie Antoinette and her husband, King Louis XV, who were the last owners of the Hope Diamond, have now been killed, along with two of their attendants. Well, I should say, one has been imprisoned. One was also killed. Those two were also known to have worn the diamond. Okay?
Okay.
So during the Reign of Terror, around this time, there was a lot of things going on. French Revolution, Reign of Terror, things happening in France, right?
Mm-hmm.
While this is going on, Marie Antoinette and King Louis XV decide to send all their gems into like a storage facility, not in the castle. However, the guards were not super good at watching to make sure no one broke in.
Or the guards had sticky fingers.
That too. So eventually, the Hope Diamond gets stolen.
Of course.
Yes. And kind of goes MIA for a while. So basically, from like 1791 to 1823, we don't really know what happened to the diamond. It's floating around.
Damn. Okay.
Some things happened, and we don't,
Okay.
timelines are fuzzy, okay?
Okay.
However, during this time that it's gone missing, it is kind of known that a man named Wilhelm Fowles had the diamond, and
I
he
like
was
that
actually...
name.
I know, right?
He sounds like a pirate.
Well, it's funny because it could just be pronounced Falls, but it's Fals.
Let's go with Fells. It sounds better.
Fowles, yeah. Wilhelm Fowles, and he was actually a Dutch diamond cutter. And somewhere in the timeline of this being missing, he ends up cutting the diamond again to hide its identity. He obviously knew it was stolen, didn't want someone to know that he had this stolen gem, so he cut it again.
I just hate that.
I know.
So
And it was
much.
literally just to hide his fucking crimes. Like, he just destroyed this poor diamond.
Piece of history.
Yes. So, he cut it into its current form. And that diamond is 45 carats. So he still shaved
it's still
off.
fucking huge, but
I know.
still.
It's still massive, but it is significantly smaller than when it started, which is just so
That's really sad.
I know, so sad. So, but Wilhelm does not escape the curse of the diamond.
Okay.
His son murders him for the
shit.
diamond
Oh my god.
and then commits suicide.
What?
Yeah.
So it was like all for nothing.
Well, I'm assuming he wanted the diamond, killed him, and then was like, holy fuck, what have I done? I can't live with myself. Kills himself. So again...
Oh my god. Okay.
What, Kyle?
Probably realized he ruined his favorite chair in the process.
Oh my god.
And it's come
It
full
was
circle.
Thomas Busby. He's the one. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow. That was a good piece of embellishment you did there.
Full circle. Full circle. Good collaboration there, Kyle. So yeah, he committed suicide. once again, the diamond goes into hiding, we'll say.
It hides itself.
Yes.
Okay.
Until 1839, when the diamond was seen actually in a catalog.
What?
So, like, out of
the
nowhere.
Hope Diamond ends up in a catalog?
Yeah, out of nowhere, there's, like, a magazine that's like, hey, look
You
at
can
all
buy
these
this.
beautiful gems that we've, you know, encountered around the world. And
Here's one the size of your nose.
yeah. So it's featured in this catalog, and it was at this time owned by a man named Henry Philip Hope. Thus,
The Hope
the
Diamond.
Hope Diamond. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm curious how he got it.
I know, and I'm not really sure.
It was probably shady at some point.
I mean, I probably could have dug and found it, but like I said, the whereabouts of the gem are kind of unknown until all of a sudden it pops up in this
Yeah.
catalog. And there was kind
Yeah.
of some like, oh my god, is it actually this diamond? There's like, how did it just show up here? Like, could it be a different diamond? Sure,
Wow.
maybe, but as I said before, the blue diamond and the size are shockingly rare. So the
Yeah.
odds of it being any other diamond than that one are
Okay.
super slim.
Okay.
So
All right. That's
it
good
is
to know.
it is, you know, documented that this is the diamond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And Henry Philip Hope was a member of a very prominent banking family.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not really sure how they how he ended up with it. Though he passes eventually, though it wasn't this super gruesome death.
He died of natural causes.
I
Then.
think so. It didn't say how he died, but
I think it would have.
Yeah. He
It says
eventually
with everything else, everybody else.
right. Right, oh my god. He eventually passes, and the diamond kind of like is inherited by different members of the family, and as they age and die, then it's passed off to someone else. Eventually it ends up in like Philip Hope's like cousin's nephew's hands. I don't know his
Oh
name.
my god, can you even imagine?
Yeah, right? You just inherit this diamond the size of your hand.
Yes.
I mean, it's not that big now, but, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway. However, the man who ultimately inherits it in the Hope family had a bit of a gambling issue.
No! Damn it! I feel so bad for the Hope family.
Oh my god.
They have one of the most rare diamonds known to man, and this guy just probably gambles it away.
Well, he didn't gamble it away, but he eventually sold it to pay off his gambling debts.
Oh my god.
And I will say that the family fought hard to prevent this. There was like he had to submit applications to sell the diamond.
Wow.
And it was denied like 4 times. And then eventually,
I don't blame them.
Yeah. Eventually, it was decided that he could legally sell it.
Wow.
I don't
bet
know who
everybody in his
decided that.
family are like, you're not allowed to Thanksgiving dinner anymore.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
You lost this
Just kidding, they're not Americans.
diamond that is worth astronomical amounts.
Yes.
Which we'll
Yeah.
get to its worth at the end, but, you know.
Okay.
Anyway, it's a wild...
Instead of Thanksgiving, it'd be like, you can't come to Boxing Day.
No Boxing Day
No
for
Boxing Day for you.
And there
And if
go
you-
our British listeners. Bye!
Sorry, I don't know much about British holidays.
Boxing
I know
Day's a
that
big
Boxing
one.
Day is a
Other
big
than
one.
names.
Yeah,
I don't
Boxing-
even really know what Boxing Day is
I do.
for. What is it?
I do. See, I'm not that ignorant.
I
Although
know
I'm
that
gonna
it's the
laugh
day
if
after
this is
Christmas.
wrong. I'm going to laugh really hard if this is wrong. So yes, it's the day after Christmas. And what I believe it is, or what it used to be at least. I don't know if they still practice this or not. But you basically package all your leftovers from Christmas Day into boxes and you hand them out to homeless people.
That's a great idea. Why haven't we done that?
I know, right? That's what I did look it up, and that's what it said. I hope I'm right. So yes, this relative of Henry Philip Hope sells the diamond to, as far as I could tell, an unknown buyer.
No.
I don't know. Maybe there's a better
goes.
track record of it, but I couldn't really find it in the limited time that I had, so
Okay.
I don't know. However, somewhere along the way, apparently, a man named Simon, oh my god, this one's a bad one, Mayon Charitz?
Sure.
Mayon Charitz. Simon M.
Yes. Sure.
In 1910.
Okay.
And he was a Greek merchant.
Okay.
So there go our Greek listeners, because I butchered that name too.
Okay.
I'm totally kidding. I did butcher it, I'm sure. But anyway, moving on. Greek merchant. And he didn't own it for very long, because shortly after he came into possession of the diamond, he accidentally drove his car off of a cliff.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Right. Although, I guess that statement was a little bit misleading. I should say he sold the diamond, and then right after he sold it, he died in this car accident.
Okay.
Sorry. That's a clarification.
Still, though, that's wild.
Yes. Well, and that's the thing, like, the guy who found the diamond in India sells the diamond and then dies shortly after. You know, that kind of thing. Like, that's sort of a thing. So at this point, we have the owner, King Louis XIV, King Louis XV, his attendant, Marie Antoinette, and her attendant, Henry Philip Hope, who didn't die, but his grandson's nephew, whatever, had issues with gambling.
Lost all of his money.
Yeah. And then the diamond cutter and his son.
Yes.
And then now we have Simon M., who sold the diamond and then drove off a cliff.
Wow.
The man he sold the diamond to right before driving off of a cliff was Pierre Cartier.
Okay.
Thus,
okay.
Here we are. Pierre Cartier of fancy jewelry.
Yes.
That I would never be able to afford.
So the Cartiers didn't go back to the 1600s then. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad. Timeline's fuzzy.
No, it's fine. I know you kind of said that earlier, but I just wanted now I know for sure.
Yeah, sorry. I wrote these notes so hastily because I was like freaking out. So a lot of things got kind of confused, and there was no good information. So, alas, here we are.
That's okay. This is fun. I'm having fun.
Okay, so Pierre Cartier is now in ownership of the gem. Pierre Cartier makes it out alive.
Okay.
Though, along comes Evelyn Walsh Mclean. She was an extremely wealthy and very, very spoiled heiress who actually owned the Washington Post.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So she was an American?
Yes.
Okay. Was Cartier an American? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
I'm not sure. Oh, now I feel bad for not knowing. Anyway, so super wealthy woman, socialite, all the things, comes in. Pierre Cartier, who was known to be a bit of a storyteller, apparently.
Ooh.
Spins this epic tale.
I like it already.
Of this cursed gem. Saying it kills all its owners, bad luck, blah, blah, blah. She's like, nah, I don't really believe that, but I have to have this, so she buys it. Okay?
Bold. Okay.
I know, yeah. I did read a quote that she, I don't know if it was an actual quote or not, but she apparently had said that she tends to have good luck with items that had bad luck.
That is an assumption, but okay.
So
On
she
her
buys
part.
it.
Okay.
Throughout her ownership, which she owned it for a long time. Sorry. But throughout her ownership, she had a lot of sadness. And I will say that up until before she owned it, she lived a very vivacious life. Lots of, friends and money, all sorts of things. But once she purchases this diamond, things tend to go downhill.
Oh no.
Yes. Her mother-in-law, her son, and her daughter all died premature deaths.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Which, again, is just kind of one of those things. It's like, well, life happens. Sometimes people die.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But, it's exciting to tell it this way. Her husband also had an affair and left her for another woman, but ultimately dies in a mental hospital.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Evelyn ends up completely broke, in massive debt, has to sell her newspaper, and then dies.
Oh no.
Yeah, she did die an elderly woman, but all her money is gone. Basically her lifestyle was just completely obliterated the moment she bought this diamond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. That's a bummer.
Yeah. So, although, Kyle, to lend to your theory, this is kind of a stretch, but it was said that she sometimes would let her dog wear the diamond.
I really like her. Not because she maybe unwittingly was putting her dog in danger, because the Hope Diamond may or may not be cursed, but because she would put literally the world's biggest diamond on her dog.
I know, and let it just run around with this $1 million diamond.
Oh my god, I love it.
That's the actions of a real person. I put my hats on my dogs.
Oh,
I
totally.
put my jackets on. I mess around just hey, Jackson, try this
Yeah.
out, man.
Try
put
this
my
diamond
scarves
that's
on
going to
my
make
dog.
you fall over.
I treat my animals as if they were people.
Right.
I think that's a sign of a good person.
Yes, and evidently she loved her dog enough to allow it to wear this
The
insane
Hope Diamond.
The Hope Diamond. A dog is more fortunate than I am, although maybe not, because it is cursed. So there's that.
Yes,
Maybe I don't
I'm sure
wanna
she did it unwittingly.
Yes.
Do we know if anything happened to her dog?
Not that I could find. And
It lived a long and healthy life.
we'll just say
go with
that. Sure.
Yeah.
So then the diamond passes over, or is inherited by her remaining children, who very quickly are bye. It is also said that her children were not very well off at the time of her death either.
Oh.
Drug
no.
addictions and debts,
Okay.
things like that. So they sold the diamond to none other than Harry Winston,
Okay.
another prominent jeweler, in
Jeweler.
case you're uncultured. I shouldn't say that, that's mean. Anyway, so yes, Harry Winston buys the diamond from Evelyn's family. Forgot her
Okay.
name for a second, but there it is, Evelyn. And he is like, I don't really want much to do with this diamond.
What?
So he donates it.
Stop it! Stop it!
Praise the Lord for Harry Winston.
I know. I'm either that is the coolest thing I've ever heard, or what the actual fuck was he thinking?
I don't know. Maybe they gave him
I'm
a
leaning towards
donation
that's pretty cool.
or something. I don't know. I don't know if it was out of fear or if he was just nah.
The world needs to see this diamond.
Yeah,
That's what
this-
I'd like to think.
Yeah, I don't need money for this.
I'd like to think that too.
Yeah.
Maybe he's Like, I've got enough money.
Yeah, let's let people see it.
Yeah. So he donates it to the Smithsonian Institution.
Love it.
Yes.
Okay.
Very big, very prominent.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy. Fun fact. He sent the diamond to Smithsonian by mail.
No!
Paying $2 to have it mailed.
Wow. I mean, was $2 a lot back then?
Well, this
Maybe.
was... Actually, you know what? I don't know the year. Oh, shit. I don't know the year that he got it. It was in the 1900s for sure. Well, she had it for a long time.
Okay, so maybe like
Let me see.
60s, 70s, 80s?
Possibly, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I still feel like $2 is cheap for shipping the Hope Diamond.
He did pay $155 in insurance to have it mailed.
Worth it. So worth it.
$155. Just wait until you hear how much this diamond is fucking worth.
Oh my god, and he sent it by mail.
I know.
Like, part of me is just like, I really think that he, like, was probably, like, a really cool person. Like, just the thought that he bought, I don't know, like you said, I don't know how much this diamond is worth, but I have a feeling it's millions of dollars. And the fact that he bought it just to donate it is, I think, really cool. And then he's like,
it's fine.
you know what?
I'll
It's fine.
mail
I'm
it.
just gonna send it in the mail.
$2 in postage? That's a fucking steal.
Let's go 7 to 10 business days instead of 5 to 7.
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay.
No
Maybe
rush.
the mail service was more trustworthy back then.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm picturing it in, like, literally like a paper envelope that maybe has some bubble wrap on the inside, and whoever gets it opens it up and it's like tangled.
Oh
the
my
diamonds are all tangled together. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. However, the diamond is not finished yet. It has one more
Okay.
victim to claim.
Okay.
The
But it
poor-
crosses the country, okay?
Well, yes, it made
Okay.
it. However, the poor mailman.
No, what? The mailman?
The mailman that handled the envelope that the diamond was in.
Oh my god. So, well, it literally changed hands with the mailman.
Yeah? Yeah?
Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay, tell me
Yeah.
about the mailman. The poor mailman.
I know. His name was, well, he actually, he didn't die, so that's good at least.
Okay.
But his name was James Todd, and shortly after handling the Hope Diamond, his leg was crushed. I'm
God.
sorry, I shouldn't laugh. By a truck.
Oh my god.
And then, shortly after that, he suffered a major head injury due to another accident, unknown.
Holy shit.
And then his
No,
house
this poor
burned
guy.
down.
No, oh my god. I was like, this poor man, like, he didn't even touch it with his bare hands.
I know. Isn't that sad?
Oh my god.
Poor James Todd.
I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable,
I
not because
know.
I think this is funny. But holy shit, that is crazy.
I know, real sad.
Like, this poor guy, like, unwittingly, he probably didn't even know the Hope Diamond was in there.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh my gosh, that's
Poor guy.
crazy.
All right. So, that's the end of the journey, so to
For
say.
the Hope Diamond?
Yes.
Okay, so now it's at the Smithsonian?
Well, so the Hope Diamond is now housed at the National Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
It is the most visited exhibition in that museum.
Oh, I believe it, yeah.
Right. And it is valued at dun 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 $250 million.
What? 250 million?
Dollars.
I was thinking like
Yeah.
a couple million. Like, oh my god, that's insane.
200
And he shipped it in the mail.
I know, he sent it in the mail for $2.
Oh my God. Wow. Oh my god. Do you know by chance how much he bought it for before he donated it?
You know, I don't, but I'm
Okay.
sure that the Mclean family was probably really anxious to get rid of it because they were super in debt.
Okay.
So probably, I don't know. I mean, I will say that just based on what I've read in this little bit of information, Harry Winston doesn't seem like a con dude. So he probably gave them a fair price, though probably not
Yeah.
what the diamond was actually worth.
Yes. Yeah. I could see that. And
Yeah.
I get that. Okay.
And I have no
Wow.
idea at what point it became a necklace. It was said that Marie Antoinette wore it as a necklace.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the same necklace
Well, it
that
was
it is
cut
now.
since then, right?
Well, King Louis XIV had it cut, and then King
the
Louis
jeweler...
XV and Marie Antoinette had it.
Okay.
So it was
Okay.
cut.
But then it was cut after that.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was bigger, and then it got smaller again.
Yeah. Okay.
So, from what I understand, its current state is how it's been since Hope had it.
Okay.
Yeah, its current state is so remember the guy Wilhelm Falls
Yes.
who had it through shady means?
Yes.
He had it cut to hide its identity.
What it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the last time it was cut. And
Okay.
that was
And Hope was a jeweler?
He was a diamond cutter. No, Hope, Henry Hope.
Yes. Yeah.
He owned banks.
Oh. Okay.
So I don't really know how he ended up with it, but the last known time that it was cut, which I believe is confirmed, I believe was around 1823. Around.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it has remained the same since then, though I don't know if at that time it was a necklace or not. But the state that it is in now was, I believe, how Evelyn Mclean had it, because you see the pictures of her, and the necklace looks the same as it does now.
Okay.
When she had it. So I don't know if she had it put as a necklace the way that it is, or if it came to her that way. I'm not really sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the death toll at this point is 10.
Holy shit.
Some people
Okay.
made it out alive. You know, like there's the guy who, was it 10? Was he included in that 10? The Iron Mask guy, and then the mailman.
Yeah.
So those are the two.
Yeah, and Hope died of old age.
Right, but I just mean like they had bad luck with it. But
Yeah.
Hope, from what it sounds like, it did not. Pierre Cartier, and then Harry Winston seemed to have made it out alive with unscathed.
Maybe because they treated it with respect.
Yeah, maybe. Although Pierre Cartier is kind of the one who's said to have spun this entire story of the curse.
Well, I don't
It
blame
started
him,
with
first
him.
of all.
He was the first one to say all these cursed things about it.
I mean, I don't blame
But maybe
him.
he
and I
just
kinda
did good
thank him for
research.
it. Yeah,
Who
I think it's
knows?
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a journey.
Yeah, so that's the story of the $250 million Hope Diamond, weighing in at 45 fucking carats.
Holy cow.
And
Okay.
the death
wow.
toll that ensues. This is the Hope Diamond death train.
Yes, the Hope Diamond death train. Okay, wow. That was fascinating. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that concludes the story this week. We have to talk about our topic for next week, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry. I forgot what I was going to tell you, what your topic was.
Do you want to think about it while I tell them about social media?
Ruh-roh.
I know, I forgot. What was it? Yeah, go ahead.
I'll talk about social media. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have an email. If you haven't listened before, it's it's taleswithtwinspodcast@gmail.com. So go ahead and send us your, any creepy stories that you have, any hometown murders that you want to share with us. If you have recommendations for topics that you'd like us to cover, that's, all fair game. Go ahead and email it to us. We also have an Instagram. It's @taleswithtwins for Instagram and Twitter, actually. That's both of them, @taleswithtwins for Instagram and Twitter. We have a Facebook group, Tales with Twins Podcast. You do need to be accepted to join, so you'll be mildly screened, but if you're cool about it, we will most likely let you in. Just stay cool. Let's see here. We also have a Patreon. We've mentioned before that Paige and I would love to make this kind of like a full-time, almost career type thing as opposed to just a hobby. Mm-hmm. And we kind of need your help to do that. We have a little bit of overhead in terms of the equipment that we need and that we have to use to make this. So, every little bit helps. We appreciate it, and we love you so much for it. We have bonus content coming out every month for all of our Patreon donors
$5.
At the $5 level or above at this point. And then if you want to donate just once, if you can't do a monthly thing and you just want to kind of throw money at us as a one-time gift, you can go to our PayPal. We're Tales with Twins on PayPal as well, I believe. Let me see here. Let's see. Is that it? Is that everything? That's all of them?
I think so.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Oh, rate, review, and subscribe, please.
5 stars.
We would love it. We are new. And the 5 stars is really what gets you seen on these podcast apps and platforms and things like that. So give us 5 stars. That would be so amazing. We would absolutely appreciate it. That's probably the best thing that you could do for us at this point, is just help us kind of spread the word about how fucking charming we are.
Yes. Sorry. My mind was wandering. Yes.
That's
yes.
okay. That's okay. Were you
If you
wandering? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
If you don't want to give us 5 stars, just please tell us why.
Yes. Don't just give us like a 2-star and then walk away. Like, you need to tell us why, damn it.
Just don't give us 2 stars. Give us 5 stars.
Yeah, please give us 5 stars. We would really appreciate
I'm one of those people.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. Was your mind wandering about the topic for next week? Is that what it was?
No, actually, I was
about?
just reading this important little note from our recording software that said,
Oh, okay.
do not turn off your recording until this is uploaded.
Okay, we will
And I
make
was
sure
like,
to do that.
Oh my god, that would suck so bad if we lost all of this.
Yes, that would be bad. I'm waiting for the day, honestly, when it happens, but hopefully it's not today. Wow. Okay. Well, let's see. What do you got for me? What do you want to hear a story about next week, Paige?
A prison.
Oh my god, I did not see that coming. That was epic. Okay, I really didn't see that coming.
Really solid ideas. Like specific stories that I wanted you to cover, but now I can't remember what they were because I'm a little tipsy.
That's okay. Well, you'll remember them and we can do them in the future.
Yes, but a prison.
Wow. Ooh, very exciting. Okay, all right, great. Well, tune in next week, everybody, and I'm going to tell you a juicy story about a prison.
Heck yeah.
All right, until then, we love you and goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you again for joining Tales with Twins.